In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with y'all the top 2 stocks to keep on your watch list for tomorrow. I'm also going to be looking at the overall market and address the situation and discuss what to expect to get you guys ready as always. Y'all, let's dive right into the charts right off the bat. We got the NASDAQ. We're going to look at the NASDAQ today. All right. And so far, the situation is looking kind of weak. We are trading near all-time highs. And trading near all-time highs can be very dangerous, as I've told y'all previously. All right. During these times, it's very important to be really careful. We tested the highs once, twice, and now 3 times. And today the Nasdaq showed me something that is making me lean much bearish instead of like bearish for tomorrow. The reason why is because of this. I told y'all to have an alert right below this level of support. That level of support got breached this morning at like 3 a.m. and it played a lot of games intraday. It was chopping and chopping. It kind of formed a bearish pennant, that played games, right? And it wasn't until the very last minute that it actually decided to pick a side. And it broke down right at 3 p.m. Central Time, right at market closed, right here. All right. Now, since we're looking really bearish, and since the 4-hour looks like this, I wouldn't be surprised for us to see another lower low. Like it's looking like a left shoulder right here, just on the 4-hour chart. It's looking like a left shoulder, and then looking like a head. And I'm expecting a right shoulder that might form tomorrow, Thursday, and also Friday before we see some kind of reversal. All right. But for tomorrow, I'm anticipating this move right here. So just watch out for that. All right. Watch out for that. The market is not looking too strong. Let's look at the daily. Daily also not looking strong. Yeah, it's really not. No. The other indices aren't looking that great either. This one got a massive gap below at like 500 bucks. The Dow Jones, this one is also struggling. It's kind of rolling over. Again, we'll see how everything unfolds in the morning. A clean bullish pennant is supposed to go straight up here to 396 before pulling back. This one did kind of like this dead cat bounce and didn't go all the way, which is really not a good sign either. There is a gap at 385 to worry about as well. All right, now the first stock to keep on your watch list for tomorrow, that stock it's actually a sector. Once again, it is the cybersecurity sector, Netty. All right. Now with Netty had earnings. I talked about this one in the past. Before it had earnings, or I think it was maybe the day of earnings. I don't know. But this move made sense. The move up to 110 made sense. And right now, the slow fade downwards isn't quite done yet. Watch this one for a continuation down for 2 reasons. Number one, sellers are taking money off the table, and they're still taking money off the table, right? We made a low right here at $94, and this is looking like a dead cat bounce. All right. Also, there is a gap right here, right there, to fill at 90 bucks. And since I've mentioned that this is since we're talking about cybersecurity in general, we gotta look at a stock that reported earnings today, Snow. And Snow didn't do too well through earnings. Snow is looking like this. The situation is not looking good. Anybody who bought calls tomorrow, they're going to be annihilated ultimately. Those calls are going to be down by negative 95%, maybe negative 99% even. They got destroyed. And with this one, again, I've taught this with you guys. What I want you to do is to put an alert right at 171, right there, 172.40, and patiently wait for that to ring. All right, that's one thing to look forward to. The other thing that the stock can do is it can be a little generous to anybody who went long, and it can pop up here to 190 before doing, we're gonna zoom in, before doing an all-day fader like this, and then closing at the lows near 166. All right, those candles after earnings, the candles tend to get really, really big. This is a big move, relatively speaking. I mean, compared to this, not really, but intraday it is actually a big move, and the contracts, especially the out of the money contracts, get diminished a lot. The IV drops for contracts that are way too far out of the money, which will become closer to the money. All right, but they will all be cheaper in order to take a day trading opportunity on this one. All right, obviously those puts like the 200 puts or the 210, those ones are gonna be deep in the money, and they're gonna be fairly valued, right? But expect the stock to continue fading some more. This is the trend for stocks that behave this way after earnings. It's not a good sign at all. All right. Now, there is more room to Netty. That's why I shared this one with y'all. And Netty also got cheaper contracts, and earnings was already out of the way. So just keep your eyes on those two. The next stock to keep on your watch list, this one is looking a bit simpler. It's MU. And MU looks like this. First, we have a huge uptrend from $50 all the way up towards 90 bucks, maybe even 92. Yeah, $92. And right now, it actually looks like an abandoned baby. Now that I look at it, yeah, it looks like an abandoned baby pattern where this is the abandoned baby. All right. Some people may call it a evening star, which is a bearish candlestick pattern. But after stock shows this, after a massive uptrend, it's not like the odds of us falling down are pretty decent. We're going to zoom into the charts, all right, because the structure that I really wanted to show you is on the 5-minute. And on the 5-minute, what we got is this. And Micron, this one is a semiconductor stock. And semiconductor stocks have been getting kind of crushed during the past few nights. As you can see, it has a descending triangle intraday, which broke down after hours. All right. And if the futures, the Nasdaq specifically, stays bearish, and also tomorrow, 1 hour before the market opens, there's going to be some type of inflation report. The PCE report, if that one also causes a massive negative reaction, expect this one to fall all the way down towards 96 bucks. Towards $96 right here. All right. If the structure is as clean as it looks, it shouldn't get back above 89 bucks. We might see a little bit of a pump fake if there isn't anything major from the PCE inflation report. Like we might see something like this, just a little spike that lasts for about 5 to 8 minutes before we see a pullback like that. If it is as clean as it looks, watch out for this. All right. This is option number 2. Option number 1 is for it to open up at 88 and then immediately just fall. So watch MU for this specific trade, all right, for this specific day trading opportunity. Now, it has, speaking of these semiconductor stocks, it has the same structure as SOXL. And XOXL look like this on, this is what, the 27th, which is yesterday, Tuesday. All right. And I did take a trade on SOXL right here, as you can see. So I saw this one. I was watching it throughout the entire day, watching it cooking. And as soon as it broke down, I decided to buy puts on there with a price target of $40 or lower. All right. And as you can see today, a gap down with the overall market. Well, a gap down with the NASDAQ and the other semi stock. And I ended up selling half, like right out the gates, just to collect some money off. And then 12 minutes later, when it started showing a little bit of a push higher right here in this candle, I immediately got rid of all of my puts. Eventually, it consolidated sideways and then played some games again and showed the same structure as MU, which I'm showing you right now. So, right, so watch these two for a massive move to the downside. All right, now an update on Baidu, which I talked about yesterday, and this is a very, very good example of how earnings is literally it's 150% gambling, right? The structure was there. I had multiple reasons to believe that this thing would actually be positive, or it would open up at least 115 or 116 before pushing higher like this. Pretty much the opposite of what we've seen here. I had good reasons to believe that. And I was waiting for that to actually show something like this. All right. Unfortunately, again, this can happen. Anything can happen. Anything can happen through earnings. Okay. It's not like let's see, another one that I did discuss in a Discord to watch for a long was Domino's Pizza. Yeah. All right. So Domino's Pizza also bullish pennant and also was looking like it had potential. Earnings came around and earnings pushed it up, which makes sense. All right. So lesson of today is that just moral of the story with earnings is that holding through earnings is gambling and anything can happen. So if you're gonna gamble through it, manage your risk and size small. Regarding what's gonna happen with Baidu, there's a gap. Oh, actually, there's a gap to fill right here. It's not done yet. Watch it for a drop just to take care of that first before we see any type of bounce. I just realized it. So watch it for a drop down here first. All right, so that's my honest thoughts on all of these stocks, and that is the end of the video. Do not forget to annihilate the like button as always. Again, I make these videos from Sunday to Thursday at exactly 10 p.m. Central Time, so definitely click on that subscribe button and click on that notification bell. That way YouTube notifies you whenever I release these videos. If you'd like to be part of a private Discord community where you can get all of this information in real time as I see them, you can find that as the first link in the description of the video below. Also, don't forget to follow me on social media at Paul and Boomer and at Patternology Lab on Instagram and on X. And lastly, if you would like to get some free stocks with Webull, you can use the third link in the description of the video below. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I will see all of you in tomorrow night's video.